What's up everyone? I wanted to talk about the Sigma 16mm f1.4. Now, compared to my two other videos I did at PhotoPlus, I have to do this one because I literally didn't have the mic on to give my first impressions legitimately after holding and being able to play with the 16mm a little bit. So I tried to do something with that wasn't that good, so I still want to give you my thoughts on my first impressions, but do it a little bit better for you guys because I wasn't happy with that one. So I didn't hear a lot of people asking about the 16mm at PhotoPlus, and I felt that was one of my big checklists that I wanted to talk about because I have a feeling for Micro Four Thirds or for Sony E-mount that is going to be a big lens. Once again, it's a 16mm f1.4. And when I held that thing, it's essentially the size of your hand. So it might be a little bit bigger than people expect because if you look at some of the 16mm lenses and options that Sony has, they're a bit smaller, especially like I think there is a 16mm lens as it is. So a lot of people might go, well, this is a little bit too big. But for an f1.4, there wasn't a lot of weight to that thing. And you'll see in B-roll that I was able to put that on the A6300 which Sigma had at the booth. And I was able to actually kind of use it. It was a pre-production model, so there's nothing official with it. I couldn't actually use the photos or anything. Pretty much no one was allowed to, not like an A7R thing. It was good. You're essentially getting, what, 24mm, 16 to 24 on a crop sensor anyway. So it was built very well. It was a little bit more plasticky. It wasn't necessarily an art lens or anything like that, but it looked good. It was kind of fast when it focused. I mean, once again, it's a wide angle lens at that point, and it just seemed like it was pretty good. And I was able to kind of use the autofocus and how it would do facial tracking and everything like that. And it seemed like it would track pretty good as well, but all that needs to be done for the final review whenever it really comes out. And that was the thing that people at Sigma told me was, there is no official announcement price or date yet that it's coming out, but it is out. I physically got the hands-on with it, and you could too if you went to PhotoPlus. So if you went to PhotoPlus and play with that lens, let me know down below. But it seems like it's going to be very good. The issue is going to be, like most of the stuff, is the price. Will it be too expensive? That lens needs to be under $1,000 to start. And if so, I think it'll do very well. So I just want to share my first thoughts on that. Sorry I didn't have the audio there at the event. I wanted to do that, but I also felt I would be failing you guys if I left it kind of the way it was. So this is what we get right here. If you have any more questions or comments about any of the other things at PhotoPlus or the Sigma, especially if you want to see me review this 16mm when it comes out, let me know down below. But first impressions are pretty darn good for something like this. But I have a feeling they might pull something sneaky and go a little bit more expensive, and I hope they don't go that route. But give me your thoughts on the Sigma 16mm f1.4 down below. If you're a Sony or Micro Four Thirds user, are you excited?